This is the album release for In All Things with Columbia Nights and Record Breakin Music, and we're here in Silver Spring, right outside of DC, at Bump and Grind Coffee and Records.
A little session to hang out, get a chance to play some music for some folks.
It's an exciting time. It's a great chance to actually listen to the record in full and to talk about kind of the inspiration behind it.
In All Things is a project we've been working on kind of on and off for about 3 to 4 years, 4+ really. And it's a follow-up to an EP we released in 2012 called Dawn Dusk.
I think we've learned a lot individually in between this, the EP, Dawn Dusk, and this album.
We drew inspiration from pretty much everything.
10 tracks of a spectrum of sounds. We call it soultronic.
I guess like a lot of funk, soul, R&B, jazz.
So we would take little pieces of something and kind of break it down and analyze it and say, well, what is it about this that we really like? What is it about this that we could kind of recreate in some way and inform the music that we make?
The record is half instrumental, half guest vocalist, and I think for us, it pushed us to think more about kind of how to build richer compositions and ones that stood for themselves, kind of stood out.
I think making an album like this just brings you closer. It makes you understand how close you are with your friends musically and what real musical fellowship looks like.
We operate as sort of a trio, 3 musicians and producers, and no set vocalists.
So we have Jason, brother Spanky Edwards. We got Hayling Price, and myself, John Daise.
John Daise is on primarily bass and guitar, and just a really killing all-around musician, an incredible ear.
We call him the Lord of the Strings. He is kind of quiet confidence. He'll come in with an idea and find the right way to make that idea work musically.
Hayling Price plays keys and synths. He also does most of the mixing.
I've never met anybody who has an ear like Hayling for not necessarily pitch and those sort of basic things, but sound, timbre. Those sort of things, Hayling is the man at understanding and figuring out and making a record that sounds good, sound great.
Brother Spanky handles drums, percussion, but he also knows his way around on the keys as well, plays guitar and bass.
And he was sort of our live/touring drummer at the first album, but as a former bandmate of ours, we thought it made total sense for us to sort of just kind of combine as a trio. Between the 3 of us, kind of round each other out, both sort of for like the music theory, the sonics, the mixing, the composition. We sort of handle it all in-house.
It's kind of like a big pot. We just all kind of throw in things.
I feel confident that every project that we work on, even though we're not always in the same room at the same time, has that level of organic feel, has that level of simplicity that comes with working people who are like your family.
I just really hope that they can see how this was like a labor of love for us, and I hope they can appreciate as well like the creative process.
I think we were excited to mix down that album in analog, so Hayling spent a lot of time making sure that the album sounded the way we wanted it to.
We've got a lot of sort of treats in there for the music heads, a lot of odd meters that sound, hopefully seamless, but a lot of trickier things we've done around like composition and arrangement, and even some of the programming on the technical side that folks who create music will hopefully appreciate, but something that anyone can enjoy.
I'm also excited because the album's gonna come out on vinyl too, which is like mind-blowing because all of us are record heads, and so we can understand the added benefit of listening to something on analog sources like a vinyl record.
We didn't seek out to create a collection of singles, but really a cohesive listening experience. I think it's a record that's meant to be played on a turntable and shared with friends, and we hope folks love it.
I am grateful for people who want to listen to our music, for people who would share our music, who would feel like what we do is worth their time, their money, their effort, and their energy. And so that's why we do this. We keep doing it for people who really feel like what we do is meaningful.